Outlaw Pass 4 ends Monday, March 15th, which is less than 2 weeks away now, and while Outlaw Pass 5 is ready to release whenever, as it's already in the game, it's unclear if it will be on Tuesday, March 16th or sometime thereafter. What we do know is that there are unreleased Hunting Wagon and Trader Delivery Wagon liveries that have yet to release. Something we've yet to see, though, is additional leaks that point to the next update involving the Naturalist role. And today we will discuss potential new content involving some of the Naturalist DLC characters, legendary fish, new NPC contacts, and more. So if you enjoyed this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on this video. And if you want to stay up to date and in the loop with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. Let's discuss what's going on with a potential Naturalist role expansion first. This is something I'd imagine most players may not be excited for, as in a recent community poll of mine on the channel shows only 4% of the player base enjoy the Naturalist most when compared to other roles, but also for the fact that besides using legendary animals to juice your trader materials and occasionally buying a legendary animal garment set, what are you really doing with Gus and Harriet? Probably not much at all. Well, that may change in the future as new details from AdamNortonUK reveal that what players had access to when the Naturalist update released wasn't all that's been developed. In fact, sort of like how Telegram missions have been in the game since the Bounty Hunter expansion, just waiting on the green light from Rockstar to be released, there are more Naturalist missions we've not played yet, and these are not legendary animal sighting missions from Harriet either. According to AdamNortonUK, Gus is the contact you approach to embark on these missions. And here is his full statement for context. If we get any type of content update other than Outlaw Pass 5, it's likely to be a trader expansion with 10 extra ranks, similar to the Bounty Hunter expansion update. Most of the content is already in the game, so it's not as if Rockstar have to do much for these expansions that they can class as new content or continuing content. If it's not a trader expansion, maybe they'll add the content that was cut from the Naturalist role involving Gus, since he's just doing nothing after you've bought all the legendary animal coats and anything else from him, and he has scripting and audio for sighting missions just like Harriet. Perhaps they cut Gus from giving missions as they didn't want two mission givers offering the exact same missions, and they've been working on some hunting style missions for Gus or something. I cannot really think of what the trader role needs expanding on unless they're thinking of linking some elements of the trader role and the Naturalist role together. Maybe that's how we get some sort of fishing role, which may not be a role in and of itself. Now, I would also be one to say I'm not sure where they can take trader next without doing something like Rockstar did with Moonshiners, where it's a separate business away from your camp, but the prerequisite to being able to gain access to the role itself is being level 5 trader or having completed a delivery with either yourself or with friends. And with Moonshiners, this was the first time we saw an expansion away from camp, and this role introduced the first more permanent property into the game that players could have access to. It's not entirely what players wanted from their first property in the game, obviously, but it is a property nonetheless, and maybe the next trader edition adds more of a permanent nature and features to the camp like we can see in the story mode with chicken coops or other items like that, where the Vanderland camp feels more like a home and it's not something you can just move around with the press of a button like you do with your camp and online. But either way, the potential for more missions with Gus could be exciting if they are different from what we are already doing with Harriet, and even then, if they are the exact same, being able to go to Gus for legendary animal sighting missions is preferred, at least by me, because that means I can completely avoid being sprayed by Harriet and having my grind arbitrarily slowed down for no reason by her because I need to wait on those 5-minute cooldowns until she opens her shop back up again. But again, whatever comes of this, I really had no idea Gus has unused mission voice lines. If there's any hidden details and leaks in the files when an update released, data miners are usually pretty quick to find out, and this is something I'm hearing for the first time. Speaking of data miners though, RockstarGuides also shared some really interesting findings on a legendary fish mission from the Naturalist role. There's no legendary fish model currently in the game besides the one from story mode that pulled McGill into the water, but this mission is strictly related to online and we've just not seen it unlocked yet, and it would be shrugged off as cut content usually, but if you recall from Scott Butchard, a design director for world and content at Rockstar Games, he said in an interview with Australian gaming media outlet AusGamers that he loves fishing in this game, and AusGamers asked Scott, Katie Pika, design director for World and Progression, and also Tarek Hamad, director of design production, what's their favorite activity in the game and what would they like to incorporate in the future as a rewardable activity. And Scott Butchard said the following. He said, "I'm a big fan of the collections. I just love it. I could be out doing bounties or hunting some elk and decide to pop out the old metal detector and I get a hit. It feels really satisfying gathering this stuff for Madame Nazar. She's a great character too. I agree with Katie that more traditional gunslinger style content would be cool to provide that authentic Wild West vibe, but I'm also a big fan of fishing in the game and feel there could be scope to expand on that in the same way we did with hunting. By opening up these specialist roles, we've created multiple pathways for the game to go forward from here, with something for everyone. Now, immediately after this prompted discussion in the community about a future fishing role as an expansion to Trader, and maybe that's actually what's coming up next in terms of DLC content for Red Dead Online. Scott talked about new fishing type content in the context of a role, and we have this legendary fishing mission from Harriet that's not currently available to players in Red Dead Online, so it seems like this is more than just a simple idea for Rockstar at the current moment. RockstarGuides also shared with me some missing fisherman NPCs that I've never really seen before either. If these are in fact from this legendary fishing mission, these could be pedestrian models that you inspect as clues, sort of like in the normal legendary animal sighting missions where you see NPCs running away from the Sapa Cougar or the Golden Spirit Bear, where they collapse on the ground, die, and then you inspect them to continue tracking that animal. I'm not necessarily sure how this would work with a fishing mission, but this just goes to show what else is currently in the game relating to legendary fish and fishing in general. Now, something one of the very own design directors for this online mode said he loved as well. Just keep that in mind. Again, it's unclear what's coming with Outlaw Pass 5, if anything. Trader and now Naturalist expansions and related content are what's speculated, and I'm personally still hung up on if and when Outlaw Pass 5 releases, if it will be accompanied by anything else. Each Outlaw Pass in the past has released only when a big DLC has been released alongside it, and this would be the first time 2 Outlaw Passes were added with one update, and so I want to err on the side that this pass will just be sort of like another piece of content to tide players over until we see another big DLC next season, maybe at the end of spring or early summer, with no official announcements from Rockstar themselves. Usually until like a week before new content drops, it's hard to peg a date, but very slowly, steadily, and gradually, we are finding more and more out from the files, thanks to leakers and data miners like AdamNortonUK and RockstarGuides, and from there, we can start to put the pieces together on at least what realm of content we can expect this type of stuff to be. Trader has been speculated to be the next expansion, and I'd agree, as it seems most likely, just judging by the unreleased hunting wagon liveries, but what about the Naturalist content we discussed today, like the legendary fishing mission, and Gus giving legendary animal sighting missions as well? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments and if you'd be interested in seeing any of this at all. Thank you so much for watching, and with all that being said, we'll be wrapping up things right here. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and want to stay up to date with the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on there. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links can be found in the description down below. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.